All right, hey guys, how's it going? Figured I'd check in. It's kind of been a while, so reading some comments and people was asking when I was gonna do another update video. So here I am. We are at now. What was my last one? 38 months, I think. I think I'm at 38 months now, or just after 38 months. Yeah, because my last one was what, 3 years? I don't know. It's been a while since I made one of these things. Let me double check. Yeah, it was 3 years in my last one, so I'm at 38 months now. Uh, wow. So looking back, I guess like it's rough. Even like the past like 6 months or so was like really hard, and I don't know. Like I'll um, preface all this by saying I don't know if entirely all my symptoms are related to the damage from taking benzos or if it's like damage from other stuff I got, like either with my gut or like I had supposedly I have Lyme disease, but I don't know. I'm still like trying to work with my doctor and all that stuff. So who knows what symptoms or what? I'm just kind of going off how I feel, and like I know like my severe symptoms in the beginning, like the first couple of years, were definitely from benzos. Um, but now it's kind of like you get to that stage where you're like, well, is it? Like you're not quite sure, and like sometimes you think it is, and it's like you kind of back and forth. But I feel like the nerve stuff most likely is because that didn't really start until right after I came off of Valium, like getting the nerve pain and like shooting in my arms, my hands, and like the twitches and like the electric feeling and stuff like that, and like the out of body kind of weird feeling stuff. But for those that don't know, I took Xanax for like a year on and off, hit interdose withdrawals, got on the Valium, and then I tapered off over a few years. And then I was clean for a little bit. I got back on it, cold turkeyed. And I was clean for a couple years. I was drinking alcohol. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to. It caused a relapse in my symptoms because I never fully healed. Took benzos again or Valium again for a couple weeks, and I cold turkeyed that. And then since that last cold turkey, I like got kindled or whatever, and it caused like super severe symptoms, like the worst withdrawal yet, like completely out of body. And like people that see my beginning videos like know how severe it was for me. It was horrible. Thought I was gonna die every day. Wanted to kill myself every day for years. I just wanted to die. Like I didn't feel in my body. I didn't feel like I was part of existence or reality. Like the DPDR, like kind of out there, just being disconnected from everything. It was so extreme that you don't even know who you are anymore. Like just that sense of being grounded in kind of your environment and your body, just like it goes away and you forget what it is to be normal. And it's the most horrific thing I've ever experienced, and I would die before I did it again. But where am I now? I mean, I'm feeling pretty decent for the most part. I think like the past 6 months, like the reason I got really bad symptoms was because one, I took a supplement that had alcohol in it over the course of a few weeks, and that might have triggered something. And then I also took antibiotics for my stomach. Rifaximin was the one. So I think that caused like a histamine release, and that caused more issues. And I think it was just like a combination of all that stuff, and then like my gut problems that kind of just spiraled me off downhill. And then like I took a week off of work and was having really bad panic attacks again, and just feeling like really out there. And yeah, uh, I think a lot of the stuff I'm kind of dealing with now is more just my gut stuff, dealing with like my histamine issues because of bacterial stuff in my stomach. But I've kind of slowly been testing things out to see what helps, and like I'm still playing with like probiotics. Like I'm doing this ProBio 5. It's like a Plexus product, which I know is like a multi-level marketing thing, which I'm not really into, but uh, it's kind of too early to tell if it's helping. But I don't feel horrible over the past couple days. I've just been kind of dumping it in my protein shake. I've been avoiding like dairy and bread and stuff, trying to eat fairly clean. I've been reading so many studies about how like the gut is just like so important to like mental health, and like it's everything. Like if you took like antibiotics and stuff, and you like messed up your gut, like that's where like all these people's problems are coming from, like brain fog and all this stuff. Like if you get the bacterial dysbiosis, where like the bacteria in your gut are just off, like something overgoes more than the other, like that's what's causing like a lot of people's problems. I'm not saying in relation to benzos, but just like normal people in general that don't even touch benzos. It's insane. Like the doctor's like really messing people up in it with like giving out antibiotics and giving out benzos and giving out all these psych drugs. Like, God, there has to be like some kind of accountability or something for this stuff, because they're just handing out like candy. It's ridiculous. That's how all this started for me. Was some fucking doctor when I was like 18 gave me antibiotics for acne, and then like I took it on and off just for like a couple years, and like not knowing like I'm supposed to like eat yogurt or take probiotics or anything, because the dude didn't tell me. So I think that is what started my anxieties, because my stomach started getting messed up, and then I started taking the Xanax for that, and then it was just like perfect storm. Like everything went wrong because of frickin' doctors, dude. So yeah, enough about that. More like where I'm at now. So day to day, it's like my mental stuff is kind of hit and miss. Like sometimes I'll still get like DPDR, and like the fog, but I think it's more related to like what I'm eating. Because like if I like to take the probiotics and if I start to eat kind of healthy, it seems like it kind of lifts a little bit. So maybe that's not benzo related then in that instance. I'm having like really bad heartburn again still. And it's probably because I slipped off on my diet last weekend because I went on vacation. But yeah, it's just so hard to diet. Like it is. Like there's so many different diets. Like people's like, oh, do an all fruit diet. And there's other guys like, no, do a carnivore diet where you only eat meat. And then other ones like, oh, just do a low carb diet. But then people are like, no, do a low FODMAP diet where you can't eat certain vegetables because it feeds bacteria. And it's like, what do you do? Like, how do you know which one's the right one to do? So like, I'll start to do one, like a low carb, and I'm like, no, I kind of don't feel so great. So then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do like a more fruit-based, low-fat diet, and like try that for a few days, and like I know I'm not giving it enough time. It's like I keep bouncing around, and I don't know. I'm looking for a nutritionist, so maybe they can kind of help me stay on track and figure this stuff all out. I'm trying to gain some weight back. Like I'm still pretty skinny, and I don't think that has anything to do with the benzo stuff anymore. I think it's just my gut is like super messed up. I got like inflammation, all that shit. So I need to like heal this bad boy, so I can start like absorbing my food. And like I read all this stuff about like biofilms, and I'm trying to kill those things out. So I don't know. There's just so much to it, and it's like I've bounced around different doctors, and like some of them like I think are gonna help, and it's like I don't know, maybe he doesn't know what he's talking about, but I still think I have like the yeast issue and then the bacterial issue. I think those are like my core issues, and I have my stomach is too inflamed that I can't take any herbs and stuff, and it's like I'm too skinny and hungry to like do like this super low carb diet that I'm supposed to do. And so I get like so hungry in like a day or two that I just like have to eat more. So then I go back to carbs, and it's like, I don't know. Anyways, let's see if I can answer some questions. A lot of people always reminded me that I'm not supposed to cold turkey benzos, and I know that. I only did it because I was on it for 2 weeks again, and that's why I stopped. People ask me a lot about if they're only taking benzos for like a couple weeks, if they're going to experience like severe withdrawals or if stuff like that. Oh shit, my camera's messed up. I'm an idiot. Hold on. Jesus. Sorry. I'm stupid. Okay. Yeah, like people ask me about if they've been taking it only for a short time, if they can give them withdrawal symptoms, and the answer is we're all unique. Like it's hard to say how it's going to affect one person to the next. I've read about people that have only taken them for a few weeks and suffered for months or years. Like it's everybody's different. We all have like different genetics, different body chemistry, like our nerve system and our brains are all different. So it's really hard to say. But in general, for most people, I would feel comfortable saying that taking it for a few weeks, you shouldn't have any major issues. As long as you don't have like other health issues or maybe like history of alcohol use, dependency, stuff like that. It seems like a majority of people are able to come off of benzos without a lot of issues. So it's just a select few that whatever it is, genetics, stuff in our brains, it just hits us a little more severe. We have a lot of symptoms getting off. So I don't entirely know what it is. So I wanted to talk about too is like I'm reading more about like I talked about like bacteria in your gut and stuff, and like one of them was this bacteria. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. It's like Lactobacillus rhamnos or whatever. It supposedly helps GABA in the central nervous system, and I think it is helping produce it. And then there's also stuff about how your gut and emotional behavior and GABA receptors are helped with that specific strain, and also by stimulating the vagus nerve. So there's a connection to like the vagus nerve and the bacteria. There's a connection with your immune system and the nerves in your gut, which I'm wondering if the nerves in your gut are damaged by the benzos initially. And also if you have like inflammation in your gut, it's probably causing issues as well. That's why we get like so many mental problems. And like, who was it, like Socrates or something said that like all disease begins in the gut. Totally believe it. Biggest problem is how do you stop it? Like, what do you eat? What's the diet? Like, what's the right one? And that's what I'm kind of trying to figure out. I was thinking about doing that Whole30 thing. So maybe I'll try that next once I find a nutritionist. I don't know. It's really hard. It's hard when you're hungry all the time because you're so skinny, but not going to get better if I just keep doing the same thing over and over. But I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at, guys. Not horrible, but you know, I got a baby on the way. My wife's pregnant, so we're having a boy here in 3 months, almost exactly now. It should be April, middle of April. He's gonna be here. We'll probably be moving soon too, and then I've been started a company on the side, so I'm doing side work and then working full time, so I'm super busy trying to get everything prepped and ready for the baby, and then taking care of the kids now. And oh my god, it's just going on vacation like last week with all the family and stuff, and I mean it was overwhelming, and like I started getting some bad head symptoms, and it seemed to go away like when I got home and kind of experimented with taking stuff. But I don't know, I feel like this like pressure like in my left eyebrow and sometimes in my forehead, and like itching, like an itch feeling like deep in my brain. That's why I think like part of the histamine thing, and I think this might be part of like the sinuses like being inflamed from like histamine stuff. So that stuff gets really severe. Like my histamine levels were like 12 times what the what is it called? Like the reference range on the test. So it was like super high. Like I feel like the only way you can get that high is if you got some bad stuff in your gut, if you don't got the right strains to break down the histamines or whatever. So I've been taking like histamine degrading probiotics that are supposed to like lower those histamine levels. So hopefully that starts to help like the histamine issues, which I think is contributing to some mental anxiety and like some of this head crawling pressure stuff. Because I feel like that pressure, and it'll go like into my cheeks where it's like this pain, and then like the itch in my head. And then I'll have like trouble sleeping and get really tired too, but can't sleep. So yeah, it sucks. But yeah, I think for the most part, a lot of the benzo stuff has been lifting up or gone. So I don't know, maybe I just start to make videos like trying to navigate how I'm gonna get myself to 100% and just finish out the rest of everything else that I'm trying to do, whatever it is with healing my gut and like trying to fix my diet. I don't know, if you guys got tips, let me know, because the diet thing freaking sucks. It's, oh, I hate it. I just never know what to eat. Like I just had a protein shake, but I'm still hungry, so I'll probably go like make some chicken or something, chicken and green beans. Like, what do you eat every day? It's so hard. I don't know. Let me know. But as always, if you guys got questions, let me know. I'm trying to read through some comments right now. I try to reply to the comments when I can, but a lot of time I'm on my phone when I do it. But I'm also like working 12-hour days now, and then with the kids and stuff, so I'm super tired and busy all the time. But hopefully I can get ahead and figure all this stuff out. Anyways, hope you guys are all doing good. 38 months of cold turkey Valium. Doing okay. Maybe a 6.5, 7 out of 10. Could be a little better. Need to get back in the gym and start working out and stuff. So, all right. Take care, guys. Thanks.